everyone, welcome to Camper Tramper. Today we're starting on the roof of the Tramper. So let's see what I got so far. I put one piece in just so I could use it like as a reference to square everything up with the beams that are on the top, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so first piece is in. Looks pretty good. It's squared up. I used the bigger screws. These are the ones that originally came with the camper that they had drilled into the walls on the original panel. They're wider head. I figured these would have a lot more holding power than the ones that I'm using on the walls. The walls are a lot smaller. So looks good. First piece is up. That's square at 4 feet. As you can see, what I did was, let me get back here a little bit. You know, anybody who's like a carpenter, and if you work on roofs, you know you need a T-square to hold like drywall up, because you can't do it's not a one-man job. So what I did was I had this piece of PVC tube that my wife had used for one of her planters. So what I did is I basically just set it at 6 feet, because that's what the inside of here is, and that's my T. So what I did was I got up here. I scratched this a little bit. It's got to be finished. But I took this, put it up here, and then just pulled it tight, and then that held the piece up while I squared it off, and then I put my screws in. So that worked out pretty good. And right here is where my fan goes. I decided I was going to go right over top of it. As I said before, I got a fantastic fan that's going in here, but I don't have the sealant to put on there. So I figured, well, I'll just put the panel up there, the piece up there, and then when I take that vent out, I'm just gonna cut it out, take that one out, mark the inside of the plywood up there, drill 4 holes in the corners, and then from there I'll mark it on the inside. I'll square up everything and I'll just cut it out, and it's got a nice flange. So the flange will, let's try to get some light, and the flange will just cover up the rough part of the plywood, but also help hold up the ceiling. So that's my plan. I gotta cut this next piece. I gotta cut. It's not 48, of course. It has to be 47. So I gotta rip down the piece I have down to 47 inches, and I'll get that one put in. So I'll be right back. Okay, so let me show you how I put this piece here in. This one here is cut to size. It's 47, which should fit pretty snug up against the back. All I got to do is get it flush up against this panel, and then get the T-square in spot and screw it up. Hopefully it'll be that easy, but of course it won't. But let's see what we got. Alright, that's what I got this hammer for, and I got a little piece of scrap wood just to tap it. I don't want to ruin the edges. I got to get this piece in square. There we go. Loosen up my brace a little bit. This works out pretty good. Anybody who's done this kind of work before knows how handy a T-square can come in, or a T. Alright, there we go. Now that looks really good. Let's lock her in. Okay, looks good there. Everything looks pretty good. Alright, let's put some screws in this bad boy. tell you, this piece is going a lot easier than the first piece I put in. Just because I had to make it square, so everything's going to be square when I get this one in, and then the tough one up front where the V is. Sometimes it's a struggle getting that into the metal. I pre-marked my studs up top because I knew I wasn't going to be able to find them. I could mark 2 feet from center. That's what I'll do in the ends or inside, but on the ends, I just have it marked. Alright, so those edges are done. I'm going to kind of mark over from here. I know that this was 2 feet on center here to the next stud, so I'm going to mark in the middle here. And I think I want to go right about where I got the other screws in, so let's take it right here and go over it. I'll put a screw there. One right here, and then I'll get the T out of the way. Then I'll put a couple more screws in. Just get these 2 in. I gotta find my mark. All right. Should I take this out? Beautiful. Alright, we'll mark off the last couple screws. This back down here, I'll show you what it's doing. It's down a little bit because there's nothing here to fasten it to in the back. What's going to happen is there's a piece that goes back here. It's just a piece of trim. And when I get that in, I'm going to screw that. That's going to help hold this ceiling up here. So let me mark off my last couple of screws. And this section will be done.
Drop the sunscreen and step away from the grill. Bell's Labor Day sale is here with massive deals. For good deals with the newest computers with Intel Core processors, or step up your clock with the latest gaming systems, plus a wide selection of thousands of top-rated free shipping on everything. Just call 800-BUY-BELL or visit Bell.com/Labor Day.
Beautiful.
For huge Labor Day deals.
Alright, that's 2. Let me show you what I got left. So that piece is up. Looks pretty good. This is what I'm talking about here on the edge. You can see where it sags down a little bit. See that? But that's just because there's nothing here in the end to fasten to. So I've got a piece of trim. Goes here. It covers this up. So I'm just going to push that right tight up against there, and that trim will hold all that there, and I won't have to worry about it. So my next challenge is this. Cutting this V. This will be the next big challenge. I still have a template from what I marked out for this installation is one piece. I used, or if you recall, when I did the floor down here, I put aluminum flashing underneath, and I had a piece that I cut for this, and basically all I did is I laid it on top of, used this as a template, cut out the shape, and then I've still got that piece of flashing left over. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my plywood down, take that flashing I've got, trace out the triangle on it, and then hopefully, you know, God willing, this will be a good cut, and I'll have this one here ready. So let me get that ready, and I'll be back. All right, YouTube peeps, ceiling is up. I like how the pattern is on the ceiling. When we picked this out, we saw some of these that had like this dark pattern in there, so we were lucky we found like 4 pieces that were pretty much the same, and that's what we got going on down through the roof here. Last piece is in. I had a little trouble here. I missed a post here, but I got my magnet out, used the magnet trick again, found it, and boom, right there. So that's it. I mean, that's it for today. It's the holiday weekend, Labor Day coming up. I think I'm gonna clean up, have the wife come out here, give it her seal of approval, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. So thank you for watching. You guys have a happy Labor Day weekend, and if you like this, as always, thumbs up. If not, thumbs down, and please subscribe and like this video. Alright, you guys have a good weekend. Bye.